on today's episode of Based After Dark.
But
Okay,
what if you
guys.
didn't tell them though? Like, what if you were just like, all right, we got some complimentary beverages in the back. Help yourselves. It's like so
super
cold.
confused. You get stuck and then you have to call the fire department to get the dog wiener out the fire hydrant. Hamzy.
Hey, we all been there, man.
I know. I shouldn't judge.
Yeah, when it happens to me, I'm on a list or whatever again.
He's got a half-smoked blunt on the counter and a pipe on the counter. And I was like, okay, that's your stuff.
This guy's sick as first of all.
This guy
But
is
he's also dumb. He's also dumb as dude.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
Based After Dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to season 2, episode 55 of the Based After Dark podcast. We got a good one today, baby. We're gathered here with me. I'm T Papa Slice. We got Saint Tits on the microphone this evening, Hamzy IRL, and we got a special guest today. One of my favorite people in all of RuneScape, Fat Clouds, dude. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Slash
Hey,
Ian, yeah, his name is Ian.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Been a
We
long
out
time
here.
coming, though. We planned on doing it for a while. Just schedules haven't lined up. Lined up perfect tonight.
Yeah,
Lined
we
up
have,
perfect.
We have a banger lineup for you guys out there. We totally
Yeah,
weren't
no.
worried about setting this up at all.
No, of
No,
course
why
not.
would we be worried?
I
This
know,
is
but-
exactly how we planned it.
Yeah, so
It's-
here we are. We got Fat Clouds. I just gotta say, I've said this many times. Fat Clouds is the first streamer I ever clicked on in RuneScape. That's the man, and I can't believe we get to talk to him now. Like it's always
what?
weird when I get to talk to Fat Clouds because it's like, dude, that's the guy.
Oh, no, man. I'm just a man like you. You know, we bleed, we come, we fucking die, we live.
That is true.
We do
We're all
die.
just a sack of bones and meat and cum and blood.
Like, not only do we die statistically higher, we die quicker. Sooner and quicker than most.
Are you talking about us specifically, or?
Well, just men in general, I'd say. And probably for the past
Oh, okay.
10,000 years. You know?
I feel like I got a pretty good lifespan. I don't know. If nothing's killed me yet, I feel like, I don't know. I got a good engine running. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
mindset to have.
Well, if you go back to like early United States history, those guys, I think they were like living to their late 40s.
Yeah.
But like, they also just didn't have what it takes.
They did not have what it takes.
And you know what's crazy is that they were eating pretty good, I feel like. You know, there were no trans fat, no drugs, no alcohol.
Yeah, berries.
What
beef
was
from the
making these
cow.
motherfuckers die so fast? You know, we got all this poison.
The common
in
cold.
ourselves.
The common
No
cold.
showers.
Bacteria, viruses.
Dude,
On
I
your
got viruses. I
legs.
got bacteria. I'm a dirty motherfucker, you know?
You also have
what's
penicillin.
not killing me?
You also have penicillin.
Dude,
Yeah, we
don't
got all
make up
them
words. Don't get
vaccines when we were
political
younger.
on me.
No, yeah, it's just fucking crazy. It's I don't know why we're on this topic, but yeah, compared to the last 50 years, things have just changed so much. Like, and thanks to COVID and the fentanyl crisis, like life expectancy for adults in the U.S. have gone down. And I think that's the first time in history where something like that's happened. But like, just imagine waking up. It's 1776. You're in one of the 13 colonies. And like some dude on a fucking horse rolls in like a month after the Declaration of Independence has been signed. And it's like, all right, guys, we're going to war. The British is coming here. And you're like, fuck, I just started a shop. He's like, I just started a fucking shop down here. God damn
So,
it. And like,
so do you think in that age people were like turning like 10 and were like, I'm in the prime of my life?
Yeah, they'd get 10 years old, you get your wife. By the time you're 23, you're both on the verge of death. Fucking...
half your
That
family's
fucking
dead.
sucks, dude. 23 is
I
great
know.
for me. I was in shape. I was good. I was like, I could wake up. Dude, hangovers didn't exist. Like, you're telling me that was like verge of death at one point? Dude, those
Yeah,
people
it's
were
like the
not built the
80s.
same way I'm built.
Built different.
as an experiment now, if we had a time machine, I just want to send Hamzy back like 300 years. Not even something too far crazy. I just want to send you back like 300 years and make a documentary on how Hamzy surviving 1724. That God, how fucking
Dude, but
funny
also
would that be?
if you could also send like 25-year-old Hamzy back then, like, dude, I would have been the Conqueror. I would have been Hamzy the Conqueror. That's what they would have called me, dude. Like, do you know what kind of shape I was in at that point, dude? Bro, I was at this point working overnight at my job. Like, that was my shift. I was working overnight. And because I was the overnight manager, like, I was working all weekend. So I was not drinking. I was drinking zero. I had my job to focus on, and I had nothing to do in the fucking daytime. There was nothing but work out and get fucking huge. Dude, if I went back there, whatever century that was, I would have been an absolute beast.
What would
Yeah,
you?
they didn't have
What would be the steps you would take to conquer? Like, okay, let's pick a place too. Where do you want to conquer? Do you want to, where do you want to be dropped off at in this little mini game of Civ we have going on right now?
I mean, the 13 colonies. Get me over there with the Mayflower people, you know?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
kill some
true,
bricks.
yeah,
You wanna be the
but,
first?
I mean,
Like,
Sorry, say it
no,
again?
no, definitely not the first. I want shit to be established already.
okay, so not with the Mayflower. You don't want to be.
That's going to be
Jamestown.
harder to conquer, though. Like, how are we
Yeah.
going to conquer if not we're in the beginning? I think,
Because I have better
honestly,
ideas and I'm in better shape.
I don't know. They were
Like-
picking berries all day and killing cows and shit. Fucking building their houses. They were in some good shape.
That's also true, yeah. If I'm going into like real, where like shape matters, I guess we got to go far back. I don't know. I like technology a lot too, so I don't know if I'd fare too well. But I could gather or hunter. I could hunter and gather. I could be a jack of all trades if you think about it.
So
Samesy.
I found something that might aid in your conquering. I was looking up how everyone was dying back then, and allegedly about half of the people that came over on the Mayflower died their first winter from general sicknesses, coughs, and colds.
Dude,
So
I
I
can
think
survive winter.
If you roll up during that first winter when everyone's dying and you're good and you're strong and you're like an able-bodied man, I think you're going to have some weak, sad humans that are down to get conquered. I think that's your time spot. That first fucking
Bro,
winter.
I
when the
can
Mayflower
survive
rolls
winter.
up.
Do you know how cold my bedroom gets? Dude, my house, I live in the basement, and my AC of my house, like the top floor, is so hot. So when they turn the AC all the way down, because they're hot as fuck up there, I'm freezing my ass off down here, dude. I have to use 2 blankets. You know, like when I wake up in the morning to go to work and provide for me and like potentially other people at some point, I wake up, I get in the shower, and I get out of the shower freezing cold, dude. It's freezing. I could survive a winter or two, you know?
Yeah, you've been training. We just need to
I've
get
been-
the time
this is what I've been
machine.
training for.
How are we gonna get the time machine, Patty C? What
That's
if
the easy part.
The hot tub.
We'll have our good friend Adam, aka Bodie, funded. He's got the money and the resources, the science team and shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
that kick money.
Yeah, dude, he's got that. He's got that kick money, man. Hell yeah.
Mhm. That
Okay, so
kick
you
money.
go back in time with a time machine. We have a couple options. We can conquer things, or I guess we can make financial gain as well.
That's a big
What-
one as well.
What
Yeah,
else
show 'em
do
like
you
a
do
lighter.
with a time machine. Oh my
Religion.
God.
We could also start a religion as well.
Oh.
That's the other option.
That's one, honestly, that people would have not heard before. I'm trying to think of like non-money making things that are more like get people on your side. I don't know. Trojan horse would not have been thought of at that point. We could be the
Okay.
first.
Who are
could
we
bring-
going to invade with the Trojan horse?
That's what you're leading with,
The
Hamzy?
ops.
The-
The
British.
ops. Who do you think?
the fucking ops,
Hey,
bro.
hold on. Can we just go back? We just go back in time. The Trojan horse wasn't invented yet. What else?
What are we gonna invade our boys? No. We're gonna invade the motherfucking ops, dude.
Oh man.
I don't know why this is so hard for you to understand.
Do
Dude.
you know
I feel
how
like I'm the
long
only one making
story
sense
of
here.
Troy has
Yeah.
been passed down just fucking vocally. Like they'll see that Trojan horse, they'll be like, oh, I bet there's some motherfuckers in there, and it's just gonna be Hamzy with 3 other dudes he found wandering the forest alone, and they're instantly gonna be fucking hung or set on fire. It's gonna be.
Dude, I mean, I'd have all the strat, and where am I gonna get funding? I can make art. I can create the song Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield and
Oh
write
my
it off as
god.
myself.
Imagine if that was yours.
There's our funding right there.
Okay. But what about? I think I know where I'm going. I want to go to see how they build the pyramids.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to know. Dude. Did the fucking alien spaceship just come down and start fucking crafting it, or did they have, was it slaves that made it, or was it the artisans? There's so we don't fucking know, dude. I want to know.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean, if you
but,
fuck that
how-
up though,
I don't know how we can monetize that though. Am I really gonna go back in time and not make any monetary gain?
well, there's two different. This is why I went with the Natasha Bedingfield route, because that's my monetization. And then I went the Trojan horse route because there's two different conversations to be had here. There's the rule and conquer, and then there's also the monetization.
I think I would start a religion. I really think I'd like to. After the Texas was conquered, we took Texas back. People started making their way out west. What's Emancipation Proclamation? Where it was our destiny to go out to the west. I would love to just set my shack like somewhere halfway through and be just like a shaman out in the fucking woods, and I would dress up in leaves and I would be concocting psychedelic substances, and I would make people believe that they could talk to God through like shrooms or ayahuasca, and I would start my own religion on that, and like it would actually be something that was like tangible, because back in the day, you just had to move people through like word, right? You couldn't inject shit into their heads, but you make them eat 2 grams. And they start seeing shit, and you're like, oh, you're talking to God now. This is how you talk to God.
Bro,
Dude,
actually, what if you were like a traveling religious guy and you had like, you'd hold like a sermon, and what if you handed out some like mushroom tea?
yeah. Right?
And like, but what if
Okay,
you like
guys.
didn't tell them though? Like, what if you were just like, you're just like, all right, we got some complimentary beverages in the back. Help yourselves. It's
Act
like so
super
cold.
confused.
You're forgetting an important factor, though. The longevity of life. And starting a religion is not going to help with that, man.
Hey, man, you tell
Because-
that to Joseph Smith, man. He's got people still kicking for him.
Yeah,
He
but
does.
you also tell that to Caesar from Planet of the Apes, who, if you watch the recent movie, he was the greatest guy of all time, and now they're using his message to
You're
cause
right.
harm.
Oh, so you're saying I would have to like establish like some deep roots into like no tyranny of like what I was portraying.
I mean, you can establish the most peaceful message of all time, and then like years down
It
the line,
still doesn't
people will
matter.
use-
Yeah.
They will use your message to cause harm, and they think they're doing it in your. Imagine you looking down from looking from heaven at like what's going on, and they're literally fucking shit up in your name, your name.
They're just dosing
Your
kids
name.
with shrooms to make
They're saying
super alien
they're
humans.
saying they're saying this is for saint tits, and they're doing something bad.
The guy that took over that was like my right hand man and told me he wouldn't lead astray had a mental break on a too high mushroom dose, and now he thinks that like we have to create.
It's not even him, dude.
superhumans.
It's his grandkids.
Hey, that's
So
pretty
we're
good.
talking generations.
That's pretty good. Go grandkids. That's pretty good. I'd take it. Probably
that's
build a
still 2
statue. Of me.
generations.
Yeah, probably build a statue of me. Be pretty cool. What about
I think
you,
I'd go
Fantasy?
back. I'd go back World War II and fight the Brits. When
Hell
we fought
yeah.
them in World, like that'd be some good shit. I never liked those fuckers.
What? How do you think you would want to do it? Because the Germans, they did their blitzkriegs on London. Would you want to be in the plane?
World War II, they had like muskets and shit. I just bring an AR. We could take out hundreds of them probably.
So does this mean you can bring one item back, or
Yeah, could we bring any items in the past, or how does
Oh,
that
well,
work?
I feel like that changes everything. Then
I feel like you can only bring like what's on your body. Like could you bring
I
a
also
gun?
feel
Yeah.
I also feel like the most cop out answer is like a machine gun.
yeah,
Like
and
you go into the
nah.
machine gun at that area, you're a fucking god, no
I
matter
don't know
where
if
you are in the
it's not
world.
it's not a cop out if you're killing British people.
well,
True.
here's the thing, man. If you realistically brought a machine gun back in time, like how much ammo can you realistically carry? And
It doesn't matter. They don't know.
Well, they don't know that, but all it's gonna take is for you to slip up one time. You still gotta sleep, dude. You could have like the most loyal person watch after you while you sleep, but like if someone like overpowers that guy and they get your gun, now you don't have the gun and that guy has the gun, and now the situation's completely fucked.
Damn. It's like
Right?
when the guy ran out of ammo in Prison Break.
Yeah, right. It's like
Okay.
go for it.
Oh, there's this one game that is the only video game that I've been hyped on. It's coming out this year. I think it's the #1 wishlisted game on Steam. I keep telling everybody about it because not enough people know it exists. It's called Kingmaker. Okay, it's literally about what we're talking about right now. It's imagine a medieval battlefield, okay, and they're just going ham like Lord of the Rings, you know, like as medieval. Well, it's not like mystical, okay. It's not mystical, but it's more like, you know, like the Anglo-Saxons fighting. It's like very, very medieval. But you have an F-150, and you have a rocket launcher, and you have a grenade launcher, and you have an AK-47, and you're running around just mowing everybody down. And it's a city builder too. So like you're trying to like conquer and build your it's when it comes out, it's gonna be huge on Twitch for a couple of days. Like it's one of the most anticipated games of the year. I think it's #1 wish listed on Steam. It's called Kingmakers. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm trying to get all the boys on it when it comes out day one. If we're all kind of playing it, I think that shit's gonna be a blast.
I think we have to. Also, why has this not been created before? Because I feel like the concept we're talking about has been discussed for ages. Like the concept of taking a modern day machine gun and going back to medieval times, or any times really before guns were invented, and just like going and being a destroying machine god, basically.
What's that fucking movie called? Book of the Dead? The second he loses his hand.
One of the Evil Deads.
Evil Deads, that's what it is. Yeah, he loses his hand, so now he has a chainsaw in his hand, and like the one of them at the end of the movie, they send him back in time, and he has like a shotgun on him, and he has to like fight the evil spirits like back in like ancient Egyptian times. I can't. It has a different name than Evil Dead because I don't know why the fuck they did that, but it's such a cool concept that I feel like it has been touched on before in pop culture.
We're not the first ones to talk about it right now.
I don't think so. No.
Damn, I thought we struck gold for a second.
I know, bro.
Well, no, it is a good question. I don't think anyone's implemented it well enough as a video game, and hopefully this one is good that we get to go live it. But this conversation just made me think, do you think a couple hundred years ago there was like 4 dudes in a bar that were like, bro, we could take our muskets back, fuck their shit up.
All they had were spears and bow and arrows back then. We'd be loading up our muskets, dude.
Right? There had to have been a group of guys that were drunk like, oh, dude, my musket, fuck their shit up, dude.
No,
Same shit'll happen another 200 years from now. We'll be talking about us fucking wanting to go back.
Probably.
Yeah, they'd be like, dude,
Actually,
imagine if we
right.
could go back to the 2020s and go back with our laser beam fucking watches that we have on our wrist.
Dude, I feel like people have always fantasized of like being able to like go back in time and change things like with the knowledge that you have now, right?
Yeah, I think that is the gist of the conversation, is going back in time with modern technology. Of like having One Piece or something.
Well, I mean, not even just that, just like knowledge of the future. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. If you went back in time, like just 30 years ago, like the knowledge that you have now of like what's gonna happen, and then like it happens verbatim. Like you can't change the outcome. Like you just know what the outcome is. Like you'd be set on so many different things. People would think you were a time traveler. You'd have to like really be able to play it, because it's like, how the fuck did this guy win the lottery 10 times? Guess on all the right stocks, invested in all the companies, and he has half the Bitcoin. How the fuck did this guy do that? And it's like, I time traveled. That's how I did that. I knew what was going to happen.
See, they'd have to kill you.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like at a certain point, if you're doing too much shit, if you go too far back in time, they're going to think you're a witch and you're going to get burned at the stake, you know? And if you were to do that now, you know, and take advantage of, like you said, Bitcoin, like they're gonna have to kill you. The governments, the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, like someone's gonna have to take you down.
Yeah, and like the powers that be, there is no stopping that. If you do get on like BlackRock's bad side or government's bad side, and like any of them, like any government's bad side, like you could just be gone, just fucking gone.
That's what it brings me back to what Fatty C said. We could just go kill the British.
Yep, it all goes back to them Brits.
But then we don't have Adam.
Well, I like him, but like, think about how much fun it'd be.
But isn't there also, there's some kind of term for like if you were to go back in time and try to change the timeline of life?
The butterfly effect, or
is that what it is? Basically,
Yeah,
if
like
you
one
do
tiny
something to stop
change.
this, other shit's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And you're not really, in the end of the day, you're not really doing what you thought you were doing.
Yeah, well, then you also have the idea of the multiverse theory that, like, okay, if you theoretically can go back in time, you're probably only going back in time to just a different universe that has
Oh,
a different
fuck.
time frame. So you don't know what's gonna happen in that. You don't, like you know it could be like slightly different or completely different. You know, where 9/11
That's
doesn't
literally
happen.
the multiverse.
Yeah, and like that's
Shit.
infinite, theoretically infinite.
And meanwhile, your parents are just getting fucked on in this thing that you tried to save them from, but in a different universe.
No, it's funny that Joe Rogan has a bit where he talks about the multiverse, and he's like, so if anyone ever asks you, do you think you can be doing better? Just say apparently not. Because theoretically there's just millions of yous making the same fucking mistakes that you've always made, and you're gonna keep making them forever. Like half of your life in the multiverse is you just fucking up completely, and then the other half is you just fucking winning all the time. That's the funny thing about like the idea of the multiverse. If it's a true yin and yang, a true balance of 50-50, if infinite can be 50-50, there's half of you fucking up, half of you doing good, and then like somewhere in the middle it's a mixture, right? So
My
And I
head
feel like
hurts.
I feel like all stems from the idea of like, I fucked something up in my life and I wish I could go back and fix that.
yep. And
Like a natural thing to think about.
yeah, well, it's because you're self-aware. We're the only creatures on the planet that's relatively conscious in that area. That we can reflect on the past and think about what could I have done different, and then you plan for the future. No other animal fucking has that. A fucking dog could stick his dick in a fire hydrant. He'll probably do it again next week. You know.
What's wrong with doing it
Lucky.
again next week?
Well, you get stuck, and then you have to call the fire department to get the dog wiener out the fire hydrant. Hamzy.
Hey, we all been there, man.
I know. I shouldn't judge.
Yeah, when it happens to me, I'm on a list or whatever again.
It's like such a big deal, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, people so sensitive these days, man.
I know.
I know you just joke around that the assassination attempt was staged, and people tell you to kill yourself on Twitter. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, yeah, you caught some heat there, man.
I thought it was, dude. It was one of those tweets too where I just tweeted it and went to bed, and then when I woke up, I saw like the notifications, like, oh, this tweet banged, and then I saw like the views, and then like 8
You're
likes.
like, damn, all these notifications. This was been a crazy.
Yeah, and I saw that it had like 8 likes and 6,000 views, and I was like, oh, that's not good.
I mean, your tweet wasn't even out of pocket, honestly. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't
Well,
even
in
like.
reality, I saw like 3 people tweet the same exact thing you tweeted. So like,
Yeah, but in a
Yeah.
much more aggressive manner. Yours was kind of just like, haha.
Yeah,
you're
Yes.
not allowed to joke on the internet. What were you doing, dude? Like,
Well,
come
it's
on,
just-
man.
I
Like,
thought-
this is.
I always thought that conservatives were like anti-cancel culture, and like you have the right to joke about whatever you want, you know, and then
No, you just gotta kill yourself.
I
No, they just been on the other end of it. That's why you thought that. So.
talk to me in a year, T Papa. We'll see how that goes. Oh man,
I mean, what can you joke about these days?
white people.
I mean, dude, I thought of some funny joke. I don't know. I feel like I was like, shit, man. Are people gonna come after me if I just want to make a funny?
No, I think you're always allowed to be funny, but you're just not allowed to be funny in words. Funny in writing is very hard because you get a lot of nuance lost. Like, you can't just like go say something bad because people don't know that you're being funny. You can't. Sorry,
That's
you can't
true.
write
Yeah,
it.
they don't get the.
That's why, like, I'm really happy we stream because, you know, it's not like I'm writing a book. If I wrote a book, everyone would probably think I'm really evil, I think.
Have you ever been like revolted against in your chat for something you said that people took wrong?
Yeah, dude, I never watched The Matrix and then I got all mad.
You haven't watched The Matrix?
You haven't watched The
See?
Matrix, dude? What the fuck?
No,
Fucking
then I
Neo,
watched it,
dude.
bro.
It all makes sense now.
The red pill, blue pill. You haven't seen that?
No, I think the only time I've ever like people like get mad at me is it always has something to do with living a sheltered Mormon life. It was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't experience that. I grew up sheltered and Mormon. Please don't kill me. Like, I don't know what to tell
Which
you.
I
Bro. I'm so
will
sorry.
say, T Papa, for a dude that grew up very sheltered and Mormon and, you know, terrorized local Hispanic families in Mexico in the name of Joseph Smith and sent rats up in the airs with balloons. You've
They
turned
were
out all
mice.
right, man. You've turned out all
Huh?
right. Oh
I
yeah.
tried- I tried my best.
You did the old rat balloons?
Yeah, quick TLDR. I always thought it was a fun date idea. And what we would do is we would go to PetSmart. We would go buy a feeder mouse. So we would then go to Walmart and we would go buy like 15 helium balloons. You go put the feeder mouse into a Walmart grocery bag, and then you tie all the balloons to the grocery bag, and then you like name the mouse. You like give him a big speech, and then you launch him off to space.
Name it.
And like, we would do that shit all the time. Well, not all the time. I probably done it like 4 times maximum. And I always thought it was really fun, except one time I did it, and like we were with a big group of people, and like all these girls started crying. I always thought it was a great story. Some people would think it was crazy, but like growing up Mormon, like I couldn't go drinking on a Friday. This is what we did for fun. Like I was really just doing my best. So,
Oh no!
Tying up-
what do you think about
And
that?
how did you
Everyone-
come
every-
back? How did you come back from that?
I would, dude. If you guys wanted to go do that shit right now, I would go do it right now, dude. That shit is some of the most fucking fun. I stand by it. It was a blast. I'm just saying people don't like it, but I think I could get some friends that liked it. You know?
Yeah.
Would you come, like Hamzy? Would you go launch a mouse? Like Saint Tates is out. He doesn't want to come launch the mouse. I can already tell. Hamzy, are you pulling up? Would you come launch the mouse with me?
I mean, dude, it's a mouse. It's not gonna. He's lived past his prime.
Right? He's gonna die by a snake anyways, dude. Like
You
we
could
could
feed the mouse after to a snake and make it humane too.
Well, no.
Well, no,
I mean, I used to
no,
feed
Hamzy,
mice to.
They don't come back.
I used to
Hamzy.
feed mice to. Well, you gotta find it. That's the thing. I used to feed mice to. We fed. I mean, not often, not every meal, but like every now and then, we would feed a mice to Cecilia,
Cecilia was the scorpion or the snake?
the
Is that
spider.
your ex?
Oh, the
No,
I used to
no.
feed.
But my ex did kill Mika. We had Cecilia and Mika. Cecilia was the tarantula. Mika was the scorpion. She did kill the scorpion. Unfortunate act. Not her fault. A little act misjudgment.
Is the ex that killed the scorpion, is that the one that you hate?
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
at all. No, she's the one that I'm happy that she's living her life and full on baby and marriage and living the life that she intended to live. The whole reason why we.
Not the Colorado lesbian.
No, I love her.
That's
I mean,
freaking-
I would take her back in a fucking instant. But
Freaking beautiful, man.
Valid.
Fucking people starting families and shit, man. I know we just
Yeah.
had the therapy podcast, but if anyone's wondering
yeah, no.
why my background is different, I'm recently single. I moved back in with my parents, and I'm looking for any local femboys that look like a woman with their clothes on. So
Fuck yeah.
Coxie?
Yeah, new chapter. New chapter.
yeah, new chapter. It's just I'm 28. I turned 29 in September, and like my friend group, like there's only a couple of us that are like married. There's only like two friends of mine, 3 friends of mine that are married, and only 2 of them have kids, and like the rest are like these late 20-year-olds that still just get on Discord and get fucked up and play video games, and I just can't help but like feel like that's the right decision in this world we're in right now. With the buffoonery going on in the world nowadays, I feel like that's a good decision, and not starting a family right now.
I think like getting married is fun as fuck. Like if you find the right person, then
Yeah,
like but like kids is like that's like I think a lot of time like you get married and then you immediately have kids, so they're looked together, like that's just like a thing that happens. But like I've been married for 7 years with no kids, and like no, getting married's fun. The kids is like the scary part. Fuck that shit, dude. I didn't want to do that for a while.
yeah.
You know,
I'm
I'm still so far away from that.
I don't
That's
see
it.
myself having kids. I'm way too fucking selfish. I feel like, because if I have a kid, like I'm gonna drop everything I'm doing, and like now my life is focused on the kid. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. I think America's kind of lost that along the way. But
Yeah.
I just, God, man, there's still so much shit that I want to do, and I can see myself up into my 50s, just like wanting to just be able to drop what I'm doing right now and just go do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know, if I find something cool that I like, or if I want to go travel just for the fun of it, like you can't do that with a
I
kid.
mean, yeah, and you also got to work on yourself until you're ready for that point, you know? I mean, dude, it doesn't mean that you're not good with kids. Dude, the whole reason I was an hour and a half late for this podcast, I've been sitting here fucking babysitting my niece, who's like 1 year and 3 months old. for the last this whole day until tonight. And like my sister was supposed to pick up some family that was landing at the airport today, and I had to babysit the kid, and they got delayed, with their flight, and so ultimately I got delayed and having to take care of this kid. Dude, I'm fucking great with kids, man. I love it. It's so fun. I love it, dude. I taught her fuck today. She said fuck. Dude, I can't say that too loud. I think my sister's here. Dude, I got her to say fuck, and it's so funny, dude. She's dumb as shit. She doesn't even know what the fuck's going on.
Dude, you're gonna get in so much. She's gonna go to school and be like, "I learned a new word today, teacher," and she's gonna be like, "What'd you learn?" And she goes, "Fuck."
Oh yeah, no. You know what? She's actually gonna come home from school though and be pissed about though. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but her first ever word that she ever said was hot, and it was because she chills with my sister in the mornings, and my sister has her coffee, and my sister's like, "No, don't touch that. That's hot." And she sees her drinking her coffee. It's like a liquid. And then so she started randomly asking, like, when she wants her milk or water, she'd be like, hot. Like, give me hot. She thinks hot
Dumbass.
means drink. Dude,
Fucking idiot, dude.
Not dumb,
And-
just
and-
thinks differently, man.
And my parents think it's so cute that they were like so excited to hear her say a word that like actually means something, so they reinforced it. They're like, "Oh, you want hot? Here you go." They give her the milk. They're like, "Here you go. Here's hot." And now this fucking idiot just thinks every drink means hot, and she's gonna come home from kindergarten one day and be like, "You know what the fuck I learned at school today?
Water.
This shit's water. This is milk." And now everyone thinks I'm retarded.
She has a great vernacular for a kindergartner.
Oh, dude, I can't fucking wait, bro.
Uh,
Like, yeah, she said fuck, and I was like, oh shit. I kept
Did you
saying it
guys-
in front of her.
Did you guys ever get in trouble for saying a bad word when you were younger? Like at school or something?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, it was 5th grade, and I got into a fight with my friend because he was talking bad about another friend that I had been like hanging out with, and we were in the back of the bus on the way to school, and he made an offhand comment about my mom, and I said, "If you say that shit again, I'm gonna fucking kill you." And
That's a threat.
yeah,
like,
it's
double.
also a threat. Yeah, I know. But we get to school, and like I was on like the school announcements, so I'm sitting there getting ready for like the school announcements, fucking 5th grade autistic me, and then like the vice principal walks in, and like I got like 3 days detention because he reported me to a teacher, and then his mom wanted to press charges. So thankfully,
For swearing?
no, I said I'm gonna
For-
fucking kill you,
Mhm.
and
How old again?
12, 13.
Okay, you could kill someone at that age then.
Yeah, there have been school shooters at
Theoretically.
12, 13. Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
this
didn't-
wasn't a cuss word or anything, and I'll drop this in the chat if you want to throw this up on the pod, Saints. Just make sure you blur out the things that obviously need to be blurred out. But if you look in the chat, I just dropped. This is a framed, laminated note that my dad still keeps in his work office till today, that my teacher sent to him the first time I ever got kicked out of class. I was in kindergarten. And the best part about this note, you can see in the top right corner, it's dated October 25th, 2000. 00, dude. Pamsy was playing and talking right in front of my instructional assistant as she was conducting an activity. This happened several times today. He also wandered around singing an inappropriate song, and the lyrics included, in quotations, "Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight," while dancing. We discussed how this type of behavior must
Horrid.
stop, and Hamzy needs to follow instructions for the first time. From Miss Brown.
Dude,
Dude,
So,
you know what that was exactly,
dude, that's
Hamzy?
the single sickest fucking note a teacher has ever
That-
sent
Dude,
home, and they didn't even mean
my,
to do it, dude.
my dad got that note from my teacher and had a talk with me at the end of the day and was like, "You can't do this." And then like years and years and years later, when I was like 16, he was like, "So you might not remember this, but like I had to tell you when you were a kid that this is not okay and like you can't do this." but like I kept this note laminated because this is the funniest shit I've ever read in my life. And he still, to this day, has it laminated, framed in his office.
That is a legendary note. And you know exactly what that
That's
was,
fucking
dude?
legendary.
That teacher saw you having fun and she was living her miserable life and was like, fuck this kid. How dare he?
She was kind of hot, too.
How dare he have fun? And
Dude, it's always the hot teachers that are actually the fucking bitches, dude. Every
Yeah.
single time.
And
Every
also,
time.
You know why that happened? You know what movie came out that year? Flubber.
Flubber! Oh my god, we're old as shit, dude. We're
Yeah, I was
boomers.
I
about to
know,
say,
I know.
we're
We're old as
fucking
fuck,
old.
dude.
Boomers,
Flubber,
dude.
Flubber came out that year, and that's where that song was from. And I
It's a
went to
good
school,
song.
and I was singing that. I'm just a harmless fucking 6-year-old, dude. I'm just singing a song in a movie that I heard.
I know.
And
jeez.
and that's why it was so funny for my dad, because he took me to see that movie, and then the next day he gets a call from my teacher and a handwritten note detailing, like, the best part is that she wrote the lyrics of the song in there. Like, so definitely blur out a couple things in that note, but yeah, that is, I mean, you could even see in the picture of that it's like laminated.
I love the picture as well. It has the date, and that's pre 9/11.
I know, dude.
Mhm.
People are so like, dude, people think they're sensitive now. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, they don't know it's always been this way, low key.
It's just,
Yeah,
she called it an inappropriate song. That's like the most wholesome song ever. Like if she thinks that song's about fucking, she's the one that's like putting that on that song. She's just a bitch, dude. A bitch that has kids, probably.
Probably not at that point.
No, what, was she young?
I mean, dude, I was 6. It's hard to gauge. But looking back on it, I'd say no. I mean, dude, it's so hard to tell, man. I'd say like she was probably like late 20s, early 30s, man. Like,
Yeah, well then she
I
might
could
have
give it
some
to her
kids.
now.
and-
Like going back in time.
Dude, all the teachers I had growing up, all the old ones fucking sucked, man. Like the fucking turkey neck ones, dude. The ones that like they're so close to hell, the gravity is pulling their skin down towards the fucking burning pit of fire for all eternity because they're cunts and they hate children, but they never picked a different career path. And so now they just fucking they teach English literature to fucking 8-year-olds and they hate
Yeah,
their fucking
I don't know,
job.
man. I don't know if the culture has shifted in that workforce though, because like now as an adult, like I love teachers, man. Like when I'm out at a bar and I meet a girl and we're talking, hey, what do you do? And they're a teacher, dude. Something about me and the teachers.
You like the
Okay.
discipline.
when you're out at a bar and you're hitting on a chick, what occupation do you want to hear?
Porn star.
Or like, I mean, if I hear teacher, it's not like, oh, I'm excited. You could be taking care of me at some point. It's like, okay, I don't make enough money, but I somehow like get along well with them. Like that's who I click with. But when I hear, oh, I'm a consultant for Deloitte, I'm like, okay, you make money. You could be a sugar mama, but those are not usually the same that I click with. I'm like, I could give you shareholder value and optimize your revenue streams and create, maximization of.
Yeah. Yeah, can you do
Sounds
stuff.
smart. I'd go home with you. Sounds smart.
Yeah,
to
can
me.
you do
Yeah,
can you do dishes and eat pussy?
I'm almost there, Hamzy. Keep going. Tell me what else you can do for me, please.
We build a better working world and social structures of building a network of
How
real-
long into the conversation are you waiting until you say what you do? Because I feel like you don't want to jump to that in the dating scene. That's weird, right? Like you don't want to rip straight
I
into
feel like that. I feel like that answer jumps depending on like where you are. Like, I mean, I'm in DC, dude. It's a very quick question that comes up here. Like,
Really?
I feel like here in DC, dude, it's like people jump to it, dude. And I don't know if it's like, I mean, DC is not the biggest city in the world because I spent a month in New York where I was going on dates with girls, and I feel like it comes up way faster here in DC than it did in New York.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is about this place. People love fucking talking about what they do for work. It's like one of the first thing that comes up.
Well,
Wait, so you go up to women and talk to them in real, like out in public?
When I can muster up the courage, bro.
Okay.
I just feel like it depends on what you're looking for. Like if you're looking like for a relationship, it kind of makes sense to kind of get into jobs like or what you do. Like, do you do something? Do you do anything, or do you just stay at home all day type shit? You know, like. But like if you're doing like something casual, like I feel like a job or income shouldn't matter too much unless you just have really high standards. I don't think I'd want to fuck a homeless girl. I think like.
Well,
you need to have some
still
standards.
love that. You go. I think I got some standards. I don't think I'd want to fuck a homeless girl.
I don't. I'm not. How bad is she? You know, like it's.
so
There's different levels of homeless.
There's like
there's
every
levels
car
of homeless.
Like
There's like car homeless, going to
Homeless.
Planet Fitness. There's like crackhead homeless.
Dude.
going to Planet Fitness,
Dude,
dude.
car
Yeah,
homeless.
take some shower.
That's the romanticism of homelessness is car homeless or like RV.
There's like I don't DoorDash homeless. But also, I've like kind of worked it into my Riz because I feel like I know the question's coming. I've like kind of worked it into my Riz where like I bring it up in casual conversation what I do before they ask. It's like I already know you're wondering, and like I'm just gonna save you the. And I feel like they like it too. They like when you bring it up because they're like, "Oh, you saved me the having to ask." And then they're like, "Oh." You know, the first thought is like, that doesn't sound like a money-making profession. And I have to just make it sound as, I got cool stories, you know? I'm like, yo, all this shit I've seen at work, these, you know, I start jumping straight into that.
It's
When
just,
they ask Hamzy, you could lead with like, well, I'll let you guess what I do. One time I got my ass ate while on the clock, and then you hit him with silence.
yeah, and you just stare directly into their eyes and you don't blink.
They'll be like, you're a sex worker.
And then you just say
Technically,
yes,
right there.
and then you caress their hips, dude.
Well, I did have sex while working.
Dude,
That's impressive. I've never done that.
you've never jacked off on the clock, T-Baba?
You had the subathon, bro.
That doesn't count.
Dude, like even during the subathons, like you just fucking forget, dude. I just remember one time, I think it was the Quivathon. I didn't realize I hadn't nutted in like 6 days. I got to day 6 and I was like, oh my God, I haven't nutted. This is why I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. Like I'm going crazy. And then, so yeah, you know, I think it was probably twice during the Quivathon was 7 days, and I think I only nutted twice. You just forget. And then when it hits you that you forgot, you're like, oh my God, I get to go hug myself in the greatest way possible and feel good again for 15 minutes. And then you know.
Dude, 3 days I get fucking jittery. Like I get mean, I get anxious, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck
You
am
get
I
past that, huh?
Yeah,
I've been dry for 4 months now. It's just smooth sailing now. I can like levitate shit now with my brain and stuff.
Really? So you're on that no fap lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
The no fap.
So-
The semen retention plan. I like it. You go into men's health classes where you cup each other's balls and sniff each other's taints too, and talk about how like, no, you.
Dude, what do you watch, Saint? Dude?
No,
It was Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan had Duncan Trussell on, and he had recently had this guy on. No, it wasn't Joe Rogan. It was fucking Tom Segura. But he basically had this guy on who teaches like these men, like confidence classes, like men testosterone, men bonding classes, and like I saw the videos, and it's just like fucking 10 naked dudes. It's kind of like what's that tweet Hamzy did. Remember?
Yeah.
When what base meetups
The
look
base
like?
meetups.
And it's just like guys laying in a pool.
That is what they look like.
But this guy is sitting there talking about how, like, to build up testosterone, you have to be around other men, like the Roman soldiers and the Spartans were. And, like, there are these, like, manly rituals that you have to do by sucking another man's penis or cupping his balls or sniffing his taint. And he's like, this is non-sexual, by the way. None of this is sexual. And I'm just sitting there like, none of it, huh? Really? And like, none of it's sexual? Because I think you're lying. I think a lot of this is sexual, and your kink is making people think, like taking gullible stupid men that live like non-fulfilling lives, and they think that cupping another man's balls is gonna make them more manly. Because
I've looked at some of those retreats and stuff, and okay, I haven't seen anything like sexual like that about cupping balls and sniffing taints, but I've seen those where it's like you're with a bunch of men who want to better themselves, and like a lot of the stuff they say makes sense. You know, it's like you're with men who want to better themselves. You're all eating together like healthy meals. You're working out. You're talking about life. You're talking about how you want to build, and like a lot of it makes sense, honestly. But then I'm like, dude, you realize you could just be out talking to girls. Like, do you think like there's guys out there that are rizzing up right now, and you think what you're doing is like somehow you're beating that guy?
That's the demographic, Hamzy. They're already lonely men. Obviously, if they're having to go to these men,
That's what it is, dude. It's like they're lonely men demographic.
Yes, and they don't pull no bitches. They got no confidence. So now they're being hustled by some dude that's filming them sniff another dude's taint in a non-sexual manner.
So you're listening to another guy who's also chilling with nothing but dudes.
Yeah.
That's who I want to teach me how to riz. That guy's got he's got riz on lock.
Yeah, the same dude that tells you if you drink your own pee with your pre-cum in it, you'll get vitalization and more testosterone.
Bro, you listen to the weird
What are you listening to?
Dude, it's Tom Segura's podcast where he had this guy on. That's all I'm saying. Like, the shit he was saying was wild, bro. You guys should give it a listen. Here's a pamphlet, actually. I'm now an advocate for it. It works, guys.
Maybe
it works.
maybe he's got the method. We've never tried it.
Oh my god.
T Papa, have you ever cupped another man's balls and felt your testosterone levels rising? Because that's one thing a man can definitely do is feel his testosterone.
No, but I will say I did read that the perineum sunning is good for testosterone, and I'm pretty sure that's completely backed by
What is that?
science.
Is that when you let sunshine hit your asshole or something?
Yeah. You're supposed to let sunshine hit your butt, and like also your like direct sunlight to your balls is supposed to increase testosterone production by 120%. But like, I'm never in my life been like, damn, bro, gotta fucking increase my testosterone. Like, that's just
never...
like also like what is like who is doing that? Like, I feel like the warm sun on my nuts would just be good because the warm sun on my legs is good, you know?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. It's like, what does low testosterone feel like? Like, what do you feel like I need to... Dude, guys, I have a problem. I can feel that I don't have
I
enough
just subscribed to the
testosterone.
Sephora's
Like, what is
catalog.
that?
I just max out my credit card. What the fuck's going on?
Like, what does that feel like? Like, fuck, dude, I can feel myself dripping testosterone, and I need to pick this shit up ASAP.
Probably like
I'm
low
turning
energy, not sleeping well, low libido, erectile
So
dysfunction.
like the same fucking things that everyone feels today.
Yeah.
Dude, Hamzy, you might need to go do some perineum sunning because I don't feel that, dude. You might need a ball cup retreat.
Dude, I'm off tomorrow. Maybe I'll go sit in the backyard and...
Dude, just find a male coworker, get him in the broom closet, and be like, all right, we're going to do some male bonding exercises. Take off your clothes and let me suck your cock.
See, that's...
See, you're homophobic because you won't do it. It's not even sexual. It's bonding. It's testosterone.
I'm homophobic because I hate people, okay? It has nothing to do with not getting in the closet.
He's just phobic.
I'm just a hateful person, okay?
Yeah, it's just wild. Do we have any topics, by the way? Any cool topics? I think we can get off the subject.
Okay.
No, wait, I gotta, dude. You really haven't nutted in 4 months, Fatty C?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I was gonna say, wait, yeah, I feel like we skimmed over that a little too fast.
I was trying to go with
it. It's gonna be a disservice to the viewers if we did not revisit that one.
The voice of Firo, Devin McDermott's my life coach.
Dude, the no fap lifestyle.
I mean, I did like 35 days, and I started like, dude, I felt like I could like levitate for a second.
So I did have, I had a friend of a friend who stopped jerking off because he wanted to like work out better. And he said like after 3 weeks, like he felt like he could just lift so much more weights and he was just getting such a better pump in the gym. And this dude is a fucking weirdo, dude. He definitely would go to like a men's like ball cupping retreat. And so I've always thought, just because that's the only person I knew that was like open about like actually not nutting and like very pro not nutting and like, yeah, dude, I feel so fucking good all the time. And since it was that weirdo, I've just never actually trusted someone who's like, yeah, dude, no nut life is the way to go. And I was like, there's no way that the only other person that I know that is experiencing this right now is Fatty C, because you were the exact opposite of what that man was. Like,
Yeah,
it would
everyone.
be-
Saphiro too is a weirdo. Just everyone. I can't think of one person who does no fap who's normal.
like, it's really fun to joke about no fap, and like I'm glad that's what you did. I'm very happy you're a fapper. I just like.
Well,
I'd like
I
to
had
get that out there.
I had a football teammate back in the day who used to like be really big advocate about the nofap, and he would talk big time about how much he loved it because every like 3 weeks or a month or so he would have a wet dream, and he would advocate so hard for like that is so much better than just like routine tapping.
Yeah, there's always those guys on. I will say, like, when I served my Mormon mission, fapping was it was a lot lower, and wet dreams were a lot more. Like, those were happening all the time. I think that is very true. I would agree.
Do you ever do any soaking?
No, that's not real. I've
You
addressed
sure?
this many times.
Okay.
So the soaking thing that the Mormons have invented, it's essentially a smoke screen. The Mormons are fucking. They're having full-on intercourse and coming inside, but they want you to think that they're soaking so that they can keep getting away with the fucking. I promise you that's what's going on.
Makes sense.
They probably do use condoms, I imagine, but trust me, I've been to Mormon college. Everyone still is just sticking it in, and they're nutting inside. So, but the
Okay.
whole world thinks they're just soaking. And,
I got a great topic for you.
Which is worse. Go.
This actually reminds me of a great story that I have too, which is Alex Metz is asking, what's the most out-of-pocket thing you've ever heard a homeless person say or do? And so there was this one apartment that I moved into in like the heart of DC that was, this area is a great area to live in. Very central, dude. We're close to everything, bars, nightlife, everything. It's one of those areas that's very like, you know, you could go down one street and it's like hella ghetto. Next street is like super gentrified, nice new apartments. We were kind of in the middle of that. So the rent we were paying was very low. Like concerningly low for the spot that we scored. We didn't care. We were just like, let's get into this spot, dude. Location, you can't beat it. One bathroom for 3 dudes. We can work it out. Got a washer and dryer in there. Like, I mean, we can make this work, dude. You can't beat this price. Like, let's just send it. And then when we like first moved in, we didn't look at anything when we were signing the contract. When we walked into the it's not an apartment. It was what's called a row house, which is like if you know what it is, it's kind of like a townhouse, but it's like a mix between a townhouse and an apartment.
Yeah.
So like you walk in the house, you know, walk up the stairs, and like as soon as you walk in, there's like a plaque that's like from the government. And like we had to have this in our house for some reason. And it said something along the lines of like, this house cannot be used for sexual use or something. And we're like, oh, okay. And then we found out that the house that like before we lived there was a brothel, like a full on brothel. And I think it was a crack house, like drug dealers and like crack, all that shit was going down. We were just happy to get some low rent. Honestly, dude, the space was good too. Like, dude, it was great for us at the time. Like, we were like, this is, you know, we can work with this. And so I think we were the first of like our kind to move in there. And I remember I was still working overnight at the time. And so I remember like getting off work and parking my car maybe like 2 blocks away. And I get out, dude, it's like 7:30 a.m. at this time. I just worked a full overnight. I'm tired. I'm in my suit and tie. I get out my car. I'm walking back to my house, and some crackhead lady just gets up in my ear at like 7:30 in the morning. She's like, "What you doing here, F-slur?" And I was like, "What? I'm not even going to talk to you. I'm going to keep walking." And she looks at me. She keeps following me. She doesn't stop. She's like, yeah. They're letting all the F-slurs move in here. I can't believe they let you move in here. F-slur, 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 over and over again. just following me in my ear, yelling it. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even going to engage with this. You're out of your fucking mind. I'm going to give. Yeah, get into your. And as I'm walking into my house, she's like, yeah, get into your F-slur house. Get into your F-slur house, F-slur. Like over and over and over again. And I get into my house, I'm like, okay, you're clearly out of your fucking mind. I'm going to, like, not even engage with you. And I get in my house, walk up real quick, lock the door, whatever. And then I don't think anything of it. I looked out the window. She was still kind of chilling out there in front of my door. And I was like, do I want to do anything about this lady? Whatever, man. Like, my roommate's going to be asleep for a couple hours. Like, I'm just going to go to bed. And then this is also, again, right as I moved in to the apartment. So a couple days later, maybe 2 days later, one of my friends hits me up. He's like, yo, I'm in the neighborhood. Let me come see your new place. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, this is the address. Come through. And he hits me up. He texts me. He's like, yo, I'm downstairs at your front door. Cause it's like locked at the thing. I have to go down and let him in. And so he tells me he's outside. I go down. I open the door to let him in. He's distracted because he's on the phone with someone as I go down to let him in. So I open the door and I see him on my porch on the phone with someone. And that same lady is back, standing right fucking behind him, like breathing on his neck basically. And he doesn't even realize because he's on the phone. He's distracted. And so I fucking pull him in to the house. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This lady's back, man? The same lady who was harassing me in the morning. And I close the door. I lock it. My roommate's bedroom is directly above where the front door is. So I bring him inside. I'm like, dude, like, come in, welcome. This is my place, first of all. Second of all, you didn't even notice that this lady was standing right behind you. Be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Let's go look out the window. And I see, and she's standing in front of my door, like with her hands on both rail, like she's like guarding my front door. And I'm like, dude, what is this lady? I don't like this. And like a week before, me and my roommates were fucking with each other with these water balloons. So I call my friend. I'm like, dude, where my roommate? I was like, where do we have those water balloons? He tells me where they are. And I fill one up, dude, and I open up the window, dude, and I just fucking lay it on this woman. And she starts screaming, going crazy, dude. I don't think she even knew where it came from, man. She's out of her fucking mind. And then I lay another one on her, and she's going fucking nuts, dude. And then I lay a third one on her, and she's just like fully takes off, fucking runs away from the house. And I see her running in the opposite direction, and I'm like, yeah, that's the last fucking time we'll see you, I'm sure. We had to keep the guard up, but she knew to keep her distance after that.
Bro,
Crackheads
her
can't get
telling that
wet.
story? Yeah.
They turn after midnight. If you get them wet, they go sober.
Yeah. I mean, the first time was like 7:30 in the morning. The second time was like early afternoon. I mean, these are both daytime. One is a morning, one is a middle of the afternoon incident. Neither of these were at night.
God, dude, I would kill to have her tell the story from her point of view.
Let's go get her.
What do you think she's doing right now?
She think?
What do you think she's
Probably knocking
right?
on the door.
Probably in a trash compactor. I don't know. That's homeless a while ago. Like, you just don't know these days.
Well, I have a homeless story. It's not as elaborate as that one, Hamzy, but I used to work in Atlanta for construction quite a while. And there was, depending on the area you're in, was bad homeless. There'd be tent cities, and you'd see just like mattresses in wooded areas that like there's residential construction going on. And we're doing this small job site, and I get there super early. It's like October. And I have to shit so bad, and there's only one porta potty on site, and it's right outside the gate. I don't know why they didn't have it inside the gate where they, lock it off, but like it's for whatever reason, it's like out in the sidewalk. And I go to take a shit, and I see like it's locked. You can see on the outside if it's like red, that means somebody's in there. And I'm like the only one on the job site, so I'm like, what the fuck? I do tat 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 tat. Yo, whoever's in there, hurry the fuck up. And then I don't hear nothing. And I went, what the fuck is going on? So then I went to the side and I just started shaking the fucking porta potty. And all of a sudden, I just hear, "Hey, man, stop that, man! Hey, man! Hey, stop it, man! Oh, get out, man! I'll get out!" And he opens it up, and it's a fucking homeless dude, and he still has like a half-drank six-pack and a blanket.
No.
And I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm out there in the woods behind this job site, and it was cold as shit, and I can't drink. If the cop sees me drinking out in the public, I'll get arrested. I just got my blanket and I sat in the shit house and I got fucked up, man." And I was like, "Well, you need to get the fuck out of here before the cops come, because I'm about to go tell the superintendent." He rolls up. He's like, "Oh, thanks, man. I'll get the hell on out of here." And he fucking like scurried away like a little wizard into the fucking dusk of dawn. Oh, man.
I was camping. I used to camp for shoes for money, resell them. And there was this one time that there was this one bathroom that we were going to the bathroom. It was a shop right next to the beach, and there was this beach bathroom. And we'd been going to the bathroom all night, and then like 2 a.m. we go to the bathroom, and like the door isn't like opening anymore, but it's opening. It's clearly not locked, but it's just like I'm immediately recognize, okay, I think someone is on the ground on the other side of this door, and they're like not letting, or something heavy. Now we can't get into the bathroom. We need to go pee. And we start pushing on it, and then the guy just starts screaming, goes, "It's not a bathroom!" And like we've gone peeing there like 4 times at this point, and this homeless guy is just screaming, "It's not a bathroom! At 2 a.m., this is my house! Get out of my house!" And then he starts screaming about how we're trying to break into his house, dude. And the thing is, it's not even like a 1-person bathroom. This is like a bathroom that's got like 8 stalls, Like,
Oh, he's
go
living
be
it up.
homeless. Go be homeless in one of the stalls, bro. Like, we need the urinals. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a homeless duplex right there, T-Bob.
Yeah,
He's got a mansion.
Yeah, so he does finally let us in, because there was a lot of people camping for these shoes, and some people did go tell the cops and they kicked him out. But that's actually not the story I was gonna tell. You just reminded me of that one. My favorite homeless person story. I may have shared this on the podcast before. I don't know, or I tell this story on stream sometimes too. But when you guys were in high school, did you have like the mall that like everyone went to?
Still do.
Of course.
Like the high school
Georgia.
mall. Right? Yeah.
Mall, Georgia.
So we had our mall that we'd go to, and there was a homeless guy in the mall. I wish I could remember his name, because everyone just called him by his first name, because he lived in the parking garage. He was just always there, like always, and everyone referred to him. And yeah. So anyways, I'm on my mission, and we'll just call him Randy, okay? And one of my friends hits me up, and he's like, "Dude, Randy went to jail, the homeless guy." And I was like, "What?" And
Big news.
so like
big news.
I was like, "What did Randy do, bro?" Like, he had just been this
Could've been
nice
anything.
homeless guy. Like, I talked to Randy, like, yeah, he was crazy, yeah, he talked to walls, but like, if we had extra food, like if we got Mexican food, we'd give him extra food. Like, everyone was so nice to this guy. This guy was the chill homeless guy, a little schizo, always like the overly friendly homeless guy that doesn't really freak you out type deal. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, Randy went to jail." And I'm like, "What did you do to jail?" Or what do you do to get sent to jail? And he goes, he sends me the article, and I click on it, and like, allegedly, we'll get into the allegeds in a second, but like, one night, this lady was just walking out to her car. Randy snapped and stabbed her 150 times.
No.
God damn.
Not
Randy, no.
Randy, no.
And
Everyone has their limit.
I was just heartbroken. I'm like, why did Randy have to do this? He was like the nice homeless guy that we just grew up loving, And then Randy stabs a mom of 4 150 times in the parking garage. Like, that's not cool. But in the back of my head, just because like I was in Mexico and I wasn't around when Randy did this, I always felt like maybe Randy was set up. It's the easy, like, oh, what if her husband stabbed her 150 times? And then they go to Randy, they're like, "Randy, do you want to go live in a warm prison? It's winter right now." Anyway, so I've always just wanted to know, like, did Randy really, like, I can't picture Randy killing her. Like, I never, it's
I
just
think
something
it's
I've always
safe to
battled.
say. I think it's safe to say Randy was set up, and we need to.
Right.
We need to
get a Netflix doc.
We need to contact that whatever that foundation is that wrongs the rights of people being convicted with DNA. We need
didn't do it,
We
dude.
need to get them on this right now.
Like I really want to go back and see if I can find the article. Like, was it on camera? Like, was it just like I never saw like the solid proof. Like, I wasn't even in the community at the time. I don't know if it just was like this solid known thing that like, okay, Randy really did do it. But I've always just fucking wondered that it's such an easy thing to do in my head. Is just blame the homeless guy that everybody knows is kind of crazy, that everyone's
It's
aware
true.
of, and she dies right by where he is. Like, did he stab her? Yeah, but I never saw Randy with a knife, you know?
I never
Anyways,
saw a
that was my
homeless
crazy
guy
homeless
with a knife.
story.
You know,
Yeah.
I never saw his camp either, where he kept shit. You know, he could have had a gun. He could have had a gun for all you know. You don't know.
Oh, so I think about that all the time. Randomly, I'll just be like, dang, dude, I wonder if he did fucking do it. And I would feel so betrayed if like one day Randy did snap and fucking kill a lady. And I think I also just don't want to accept that because it was like the nice homeless guy.
You
It was
wouldn't,
like, oh,
dude.
right. Okay. I'm so glad you guys agree.
Mm.
Anyways, that's my homeless story. Thanks for listening.
Fatty.
I only have one short one. I haven't written out in my town. There wasn't many, but when we were in Orlando, after that 5-star meal, me and Adam, I think the viewers know him as Bodie, but we've hung out a lot in Florida, and like we became good acquaintances. He calls me Ian now. I get to call him Adam.
Yep.
It was good times in Florida. We spent a lot of fun times together. What were we talking about?
Homeless.
After the 5-star meal, though, me and Adam took a separate Uber. We went to downtown Orlando. He took me to this rooftop bar. We were sitting up there. He bought us some fancy Pinot Grigio. But we go on the balcony, and there's some homeless people walking by. And he said, "Fuck clouds, I'm going to show you a British pastime." He started spitting on the homeless people.
No, he did.
I swear. Dude hates the poor, man.
Oh, lad, come here, lad.
That's so like him too.
You want $100, lad? Open your mouth. Yeah, that's a good lad. Yeah, take that, you
But no,
fucking filthy peasant.
The original
have-
Hawk Tua.
I don't have any real homeless stories, though. That was fake, by the way. Adam's a great guy.
No, he only does that to me.
Bro, I thought you were like saying that Adam was the homeless guy. At first, I was like,
mean, dude,
That was
after
such a great bit. That was so good. That was
Yeah.
so good.
I mean, dude, after thinking about it, like I even like, bro, and working in hotels, like I've had so many interactions with homeless people. I mean, dude, they love hotels, you know. I mean, and
I wonder
like,
why.
hopefully
I can't
no,
imagine
no, yeah,
why the
hopefully
homeless
no,
fuck with hotels.
hopefully none of them are listening. But like, dude, if you play your cards right, like you can really fucking get away with some shit. And like, I even found one guy one night, and it was like I was like relatively new to the overnight shift, and I was like just walking the hall, you know, it's just like part of my thing, walk all the floors, and I walk and I see down the hallway some guy standing outside he's like trying to get into a room, and I'm like, dude, you're fully homeless, like somehow in the hotel on the guest floor trying to get into a room, and I'm like, dude, you're not to be like, but you don't belong here, like straight up,
Dude,
you know, not to be judgmental, but like
profiles. Hamsy
no,
profiles.
no. Listen, dude. Listen,
Hey, we get
listen.
it, man. We get it.
You,
They're
bro.
undesirables.
In my industry, people are so scared to profile, and I am too, and I get it, dude. But I've never been wrong in my entire life about something. If someone comes in and is acting shady and they're doing fraud at the front desk, and I'm like, I'm not gonna accept this payment, I've never been wrong. And you never want to be in the position where you're like, oh, you were discriminating against someone. But and when that day comes, I'll start being careful. But until then, I'm gonna fucking keep following my gut. So I was walking down the hallway, and I found this guy who was locked out of his room, and I was like, you clearly are not. You're homeless, dude. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, that's my room. I'm trying to get in. I was like, dude, that's not your room. None of these are your room. And he said, he's like, no. I swear this is my room. And this guy, I can tell, is fully homeless. But like, I could also tell by the way he said that. I was like, you also really believe this is your room? Are you just crazy or what? And I was like, listen, you're gonna come with me downstairs, or I'm like, I had my security come up. I was like, I'm not leaving you out of my sight. And I called my night auditor downstairs. I was like, is this room specifically occupied? He's like, that room is not occupied tonight. But I was like, this guy really believes this is his room. And I know he's not staying here based off the look, but like, he is like, there's something going on. So I have my security come up, and he unlocks the room, and we go in, and this guy's stuff is in there. Somehow, this homeless crackhead finagled his way into a guest room. Not only any guest room, but a guest room that just happened to not be occupied that night. Like, this guy scored so fucking big, and somehow this moron stepped outside the room and locked himself out. Like, he was that close. He had a couple hours in the room. I don't know how long he was in there, but he had a night at this fucking 5-star hotel in his grasp. He was in, and somehow stepped outside the room for 1 second for I don't know what, locked himself out. Fucking moron. Dude, we walk in the room. He's got his backpack on the floor. He's got a half-smoked, it smells heavy smoke. And he's got a half-smoked blunt on the counter and a crack pipe on the counter. And I was like, okay, that's your stuff.
This guy's sick as fuck, first of all.
But he's also dumb. He's also dumb as fuck, dude. Because I was like, dude, I was like, that's your stuff. I'll allow you to collect your things, but this is not your room. Like, let's be honest. And I told him, I was like, you really had it. I don't know what, I'm not interested in hearing wow, but you locked yourself out this room, and that's your problem. Let's get you out of here. I don't want to get the cops involved. I've moved past like trying to get people in trouble. It's always better to just, get out, safer for everyone. Like, can we just get you out of here? I hope you enjoyed. I hope you at least took a shower. I don't know. Don't smell like you took a shower, but I wish you did. But you gotta get out of here now. And I'm not gonna get you in trouble. I'm not gonna call the cops, but like, take your things. Your crack pipe, your half-smoked blunt, your backpack.
Sounds like an inside job. Someone had to have let him in.
Dude, I mean,
yeah. Can you?
I don't know
can
how
you elaborate on how that could happen? Like, how does it
bro,
maybe?
Bro, no. It's actually crazy because the amount of things that have had to happen for that to happen.
Yeah,
there's so many steps, dude.
the one unopened
First of
or
all,
unoccupied
walking
room.
through the lobby. You see someone like that walking through the lobby, you're gonna like, yo, security, motherfucker's not a guest of the hotel. Second of all, getting up the elevator requires a room key.
A key, yeah. What
That's
the
step
fuck?
2.
Do you guys have stairs?
Step 3, every floor is accessible. So it's not like he's going from floor to floor. Like, he got let off the elevator on a specific floor. And then he somehow finds a room that he was able to get into that was left open. And then next step, that room is not used for a guest that night somehow. Can you imagine if we checked a guest in? Okay, welcome to our hotel. Here's your key.
Oh my god.
Here's your room, and you go and find brother fucking smoking
You
crack
find
in
Randy.
your room.
You find Randy with a crack
You find
pipe,
Randy
half-smoked
just
blunt, and
lighting
possibly a
that
knife.
shit up. Like, dude, the amount of things that lined up for this guy to get in there, and then
fuck it up,
and
bro.
then
He
he
was scot
fucked
free.
it all up, dude. I told him on the way out. I was like, dude, like, I'm first of all, I'm doing you a really big favor by not calling the cops. I have no interest in doing that because it's easier on me. It's easier on you. Let's just get you out of here. But also, like, you fucked up so bad. Like, you had that. I don't know what possessed this motherfucker to step outside his room and lock himself out and then try to pass himself off as, I'm locked out of my room. Can you let me back in?
I wonder if there was maybe, like, I'm trying to think of, like, if I was a homeless person, I was trying to get in that room. Maybe there's like a lapse when they're housekeeping, you can sneak in.
Or guest? Or do you think he was just waiting?
Dude, what if a guest just saw the homeless person like, hey, dude, I ain't got $5, but here's my key. You go to room 5. I just checked out. You got an hour to get in there. But then you'd have housekeeping come by to clean it.
Maybe
On the
housekeeping.
housekeeping report, the room was already clean and done and ready to sell.
Is there a latency between checkout and like the key deactivating or the door locking? I would imagine not.
I mean, the key should be set to deactivate at checkout time.
Do you think someone fucked up at the front desk?
Or we got a rat in the operation. Dang,
just
dude.
selling
I
rooms
wanna,
on the
like,
low.
Dang, dude. Like, I want to be a fly on the wall and watch him get in the first time. Like, was he just like, just like so
I did it.
hyped that he just made it?
And it's like, oh,
I don't know,
forgot
man.
my
I mean, the fact that he even was able to get into the elevator and onto that floor, and then that specific room, like where he, no, there couldn't have been an inside job, because if there's an inside job, that person would have made sure that we don't put a guest in that room. And the only reason that we didn't put a guest in that room is sheer luck, because that room was fully sellable.
He was probably planning it for months, like getting all the cards from the garbage, melted them down, and then figuring out the exact sweet spot.
Maybe, dude. I don't know, but that
No.
guy lucked out so bad and fucked it up so bad.
Dude, the guy that's
He
doing
could have
that,
had a bath, like a nice night, dude.
Dude, the guy that's doing that isn't fucking up and locking himself out. The guy, like, that's meticulous work, and like you get to the promised land, you're not sitting there at the bubble bath smoking your crack. That'd be the first thing I would do. I'd
Mini
draw
bar,
I'd
dude.
draw up
Oh,
a
like,
bubble
dude,
bath.
fuck up that
Beers,
dude.
snacks,
Dude, they don't got your card
chips.
on file, dude. That mini
No
bar
card
is
on
getting
file.
fucked,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck that shit up, dude.
Oh my god.
Or
Take
he went to
everything
light
with you
up.
too.
He went
Take
to light
everything
up
with
the
you on
crack
the way
pipe.
out. Fucking bathrobe, towels, everything, lotion,
Bro,
everything.
you
on
could
the way
actually. How is he not just immediately trying to camouflage? Like, you can get in there.
That's the
and
thing,
then-
dude. That's the thing, is he didn't expect himself to get locked out. That's the thing, is like he was not prepared to be in that situation.
Damn, dude,
dude.
you
Like,
fucked up
he
his
fully
vacation,
thought-
man. Well, he fucked up his
Dude,
vacation.
I mean,
but
what the fuck? I would have loved to have him stay there all night, but like, dude, I mean, I gotta kick you out at this point. Like, that's literally the way I was talking to him. I was like, dude, I can't have you in here anymore. Like, you've really well done, first of all, on getting here, but like, you can't do this. And
You
honestly,
zap
I
him
was
up,
like,
bro.
I was
Hamsy's
like,
the book
dude, you
villain.
really could have like done this whole night here. Fantastic king bed, beautiful, taking all the shit with you on the way out, and you fucked it all up. I was talking to him with like disappointment. Like, I was genuinely
Wait,
like
hold on. So
disappointed.
you
in
just
him.
happened upon him in the hallway, right? That's how you found it.
Yeah, well, someone actually called and said that someone's locked out of their room.
Dang. Okay.
And he was
I
trying to
guess
pass
if
it off
I'm
when
an
I went
innocent-
up.
If I'm just like another person and like I don't want to call out a homeless person on my floor, you know, like I guess I would call the
Yeah.
front desk and be like, "Hey, someone's locked out of their room on my floor. They might need some."
Yeah, so I went up.
He's
I went up
wearing
and I
a
was like,
rag for a hat, and he smells like a mixture of skunk and marijuana.
I went up and I was like, "Are you locked out of your room, sir?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my room." And I looked at him for a second. And I was like, "Come on, man, that's not your room." And then when he said to me at that point, like, "That's my room. All my stuff's in there," like the way he said that to me, that's when I was like, "That was a truthful." See, this is like I have a weird. Sometimes you know when someone's telling the truth, because I knew I was like, "You're not a fucking guest in this hotel." But when he said that, all my stuff's in there, I was like, wait a second, the way you said that's kind of like maybe your stuff is in there. And it was.
What was your face when his shit was in there?
Dude, like I called my security first and I was like, I need you up here. And then I told the guy, I was like, don't go anywhere. And he's like, I'm not, all my stuff's in there. And then he like reinforced and I was like, wait a second. I
Dude.
just basically told you that I'm gonna leave you alone. You're scot-free to run, and you're now not running. That even reinforces that your stuff's in there. And so my security came and I was like, that room's vacant tonight. No one's staying in there. Like, but I think his stuff's in there. Like, I called it what it was. I was like, I think this random homeless guy managed to get in that room. Somehow, idiot, locked himself out. Let's get his stuff in there. My security was like, should we call the cops? Should we lock him in? And I was like, no. Don't keep him here. Like, I've learned from previous mistakes, like, you never want to keep someone feeling trapped, because then they get more unpredictable and more dangerous.
Oh, they
I was
crash
like, let's
out,
just,
as the
yeah,
youngins say.
yeah. I was like, let's get him off the property. I have no interest in keeping his crack pipe. I don't want to smoke his fucking mid-ass blunt. Like, let's let him get his stuff and get out. And we opened the door, and like as soon as I opened the door, like the smell hit me. I was like, oh, dude, this guy's been in here. Like he's actually, I was like, he's actually been in here, man. And I saw the half smoked blunt and the crack pipe on the counter and just back on the floor. And I was like, okay, you really had it. Like, like that's when the disappointment really. That's when my voice tone changed talking to him. I was like, come on, man, you could have not bothered anyone. You were not hurting anyone. You know, you could have totally. You had it all in the palm of your hand. And
Pain.
now I gotta get you out. Like, I was sad to, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you're a homeless motherfucker figuring it out day by day. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, we root. We root for the homeless, dude. Like, Randy.
I know.
Randy gotta do that, dude? You know what I mean?
I'm like, dude, I'm at work
Randy.
also. I gotta do my job too, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put Hamzy before the homeless people on this one. I think that was the right move.
No, I had to, but like, I wouldn't have been upset if I found out if I like saw him exiting on the way out in the morning. I'd have been like, oh,
Yeah, what can you do about it then? Either way, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
yeah.
Hamzy, you're assuming that this individual, after smoking all of his crack and blunt and staying in the hotel room, would want to leave in the morning. You're assuming that he would leave.
Well, I'm assuming like what would have probably happened if we had never found him and he stayed in the room. He would have probably got woken up by housekeeping probably the next day. Or actually, dude, you know what? Even worse, dude, because the room was already sellable and done clean that night. Like, he could have maybe even checked a guest into that room that next
that's
day.
a fucking nightmare as a guest. Like, I just
That
stayed in
would
a
have been a
hotel the last
fucking
weekend,
nightmare.
dude.
Yeah,
Like, opening a hotel room and seeing a fucking homeless crack addict in your room when you just spent a lot of money and you're like excited for a vacation.
Nah, dude,
That could have been really bad.
I'd see that and be like, oh, fuck yeah. Hold on, dude, stay right here. You keep doing what you're doing. Is that crack right there? Oh, we're about to get the presidential suite, motherfucker. Stay right there.
Let me get a picture
Stay
real
right there.
quick. Go back down the front desk. Oh, dude, you're getting the presidential
I'd be
suite
like,
at that point.
yeah, we just tried to check into the room and there is a homeless crack addict in there. What's that about? Is that a new policy y'all are doing? And then be like, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna need the presidential.
That's amazing.
The 130th
You're getting
floor?
the presidential and a blowjob from me.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I wanted to do this other topic. I don't know. I felt like it's like really perfect that we got Fatty C here. This is like the perfect Fatty C topic in my opinion.
Okay.
The current cast is running a ToA, but instead of fighting the bosses, you gotta fuck them. Who's taking which boss? It's a RuneScape question. So you know it's not the usual, but this one it really piqued my interest. I think
There's
we have to
specific
fight
answer
over
for
them.
me.
I think we can't. I don't think we can double up. I don't think we should. We can't triple up.
Well,
Maybe
Fatty
we can
C
double
has
up.
to answer, right? Or
We'll let Fatty C go first.
because there's a specific answer for me. I'm wondering if he says it.
Let's see. There's the bug, the crocodile.
Yeah. Hold on. So we have the bug-looking one. We have the crocodile. We have.
I've never.
Warden, I guess.
Are we
never done
canceling
Desert
Warden
Treasure
because we're 4?
What
I
else is
think-
there? How do we not know?
Oh, Baba.
Because there's 4 normal
Baba.
4
There's
bosses.
Dead Monkey.
and then
There's
Warden.
Crocodile. There's. Oh, an Akka. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so. I say we say no to Wardens. I say taking Wardens is weird. You got to pick one of the 4.
That keeps it 4 and 4.
Yeah.
I've never even done Desert Treasure 2, let alone ToA. I want the
Desert
dead.
Treasure 2 has nothing to do with the.
Yeah,
the
that's the perfect
okay.
fucking thing to say. That this had nothing to do with each other.
Don't worry, we know you haven't based off the
All
answer you just
right.
gave.
Look, dude, we'll give you the animals. You wanna fuck a dead monkey? Oh wait, no, you know what? We let Saint Tits go first. We'll describe him. Tits, do you want to fuck a dead monkey? You want to fuck a massive female crocodile? Do you want to fuck a big bug that poops everywhere, or do you want to fuck a what even is Akka, dude?
A human. Male?
Male human,
But each one
like,
of us has to
With a
take one.
shield?
What a
like Roman style warrior.
I'm not
We
fucking
all gotta
the
get
human.
prepared.
I'm not fucking the human. He's probably a dom. He's probably not submissive at all. He's
Oh,
gonna
Akka's a dom.
he's-
Akka's a dom
yeah,
for sure.
I'm not fucking him. He's gonna fuck me. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna take the dead
The only
monkey.
sub is probably Kefri, the bug.
I'm gonna take my chances with the dead baboon. I'm just gonna
All right, you're fucking Baba.
I'm taking Baba.
All right.
I could take the croc. I always like reptiles and stuff. Not like anything weird, but you know.
Okay, you have Croc. Tits, you have Monkey.
Baba.
Me and Hamzy, we have to now fight over Kefri and
Aka.
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 I've never even done this shit, man. Why do I know more than you?
Yeah. Oh shit.
You want to know
Um,
something about me though?
Yeah, let's hear it.
You know what I call my dad?
Aka.
Baba.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm glad
Okay, so good thing you don't have to fuck that
I'm
one.
glad I took that for you, bro.
That's what I call my dad. I call him Baba.
All right, so I like, if you're okay with it, I would take Kefri. I think I don't want to fuck with
I would
Aka.
like Kefri. I don't know.
Like, do you want to rock paper scissors for
I was
Kefri, or
just
is this a
about to
tag team
ask. I
scenario?
was just about to ask.
I mean, I think you'd be much better for Aka though. Like he'd love you.
I don't fuck with Aka, dude. And I think Kefri's got a fat ass, if you think about it. Kefri's got the
I
fattest
think
ass.
me and Kefri, that's my favorite. Actually, that's my favorite of the bosses. So
You
I've
know
always
what?
enjoyed my time in Kefri. I don't really like Aka that much, dude. Especially like the feeling special.
The thing about
Everything.
Aka is technically there's like 5 of them, so that's a fucking gangbang I'm getting involved in.
Yeah, I prefer more like intimate one-on-one situation.
Plus the cum phase shit.
Oh, dude.
the cum
I think,
phase?
Oh.
yeah.
I just feel like you,
I'll take
like
it,
with
dude. Whatever.
everything you're suited for, you'd be
I'll
much.
do. That's fine. I'll take one for the team. I'll fucking get gangbanged by fucking 5 Akas during cum phase. I guess whatever, dude.
That's my boy, dude. That's my fucking.
I'll take it, dude. Yeah, like I'll fuck Aka, but no one can watch. Like that's the deal. Like no one's allowed to watch, but I'll do it.
Dude, we're gonna treat you the same as if you're gonna come out of that room and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Like, I'm not even
Maybe
gonna
not
look in the
touch his
eye. I'm gonna be
hand
like,
right away.
Bro, I'm
"What do you want to
be
get for lunch today?"
I'm gonna be trying to be like so like strong, but like I'm gonna be like you can tell like my eyes are slightly watering.
Shaking.
Like I
I'm
went
not even
through
gonna
it.
look you in the eyes. I'm not even gonna look you in the eyes. I'm gonna be like, "What's up,
Don't.
man? Like, good morning. You good? Like, you. What do you want to get for lunch today?"
All right, I like it. I'll go Aka. That's fine.
All right,
I think
that
that's
was
fair.
a fucking
We
crazy disgusting topic. Should we go on Twitter topics?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
Twitter-
Twitter,
Yeah,
Twitter
yeah.
workshop?
Twitter workshop time now. Yeah. I think those are all good answers. The homeless people and the cum. All right, it's Twitter workshop time. I got a couple. Let's see. I'll take us off. I've been sitting on these ones for a while, and I've been slowly pushing them out. But I'm actually about to run out of supplies, so we're about to read through all my drafts. Are we ready? I don't think I said this one last week, but it is crazy chicks always got the best pills.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, I'd say that's just
I
relatively
mean, no, the
true.
craziest ones
Not
don't got
true.
any pills. Yeah.
Okay, like it was good. It didn't get like the full effect that I was hoping for, so I might not tweet that one. I do not remember if I read this one last week or not. It's took a shit in full ancestral. Call that dropping magic logs.
Eh. I'd be better in like
There's
lumberjack or
different.
something.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can work on that one some more, but I did not say it last week. That's good to know. So what
No,
was
you
your-
didn't. There's definitely something better. Full Ancestral's too nerdy.
I
Dropping
don't know.
magic logs. Shit. There's something there.
Or just like also just yeah, I think magic logs is the only one that makes sense.
Hmm.
All right, but this is my favorite one. Are you ready? What if the clit is actually supposed to find you?
That's very philosophical.
We like that one, right?
I like it.
I fucks with it.
I like it.
Okay. That's the one
a
that
safe bet.
Yeah, thank you. That's the one I will be tweeting. I knew that was going to be the good one too. I saved it for the end, but I'm now out of drafts and I got to get back to work. I'll have something good for next week. I promise.
Yeah. I don't have much, unfortunately. I meant to tweet this today, but then I had to delay because I wanted to send Wales happy birthday tweet. But just current events. I don't know if you're aware. Streamer beef, and it's just two nerds arguing about a new weapon being good or not.
Yeah, that might make some people reply.
Yeah, I think you should like dig in a little bit more. Actually, I think you kind of go after it a little bit. That's almost too vague.
Is that not digging in enough? I love both people involved. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is very interesting. We did not cover it. Maybe we talk about the beef just a little bit in the Patreon. You know, we can use it as
Yeah,
a Patreon
let's cover
bait.
that.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting beef. You know, it's very so we can talk about it. That's good Patreon bait. I like it.
I ain't got
Ian?
nothing.
Nothing for you, Tits?
I was not prepared.
Message you saying to-
Yeah.
But speaking
that's
of
fair
Twitter,
enough.
you guys ever see there's like streamers gone wild Twitter who posts all the like fake screenshots of like they put one where it was like fake screenshots of No Monkey like saying he was manipulating the bone claws and then Adicon was onto him.
I mean, that's kind of where my tweet goes into. I gotta look at that.
Yeah, those Twitters are crazy. Yeah, no,
Top
I've seen
tier.
those. Yeah.
All right, you guys got anything?
No, sir.
Nothing.
All right, guys. Well, we are sending the tweets. Appreciate you watching. We scrounged this cast together. A lot of things happened last minute, and dude, I feel like we always, when it's always like kind of just throwing it together, we always throw it together banger cast somehow.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
this is
a
awesome.
fun one.
It's almost
Love
like
this
we've
one.
done
This is the longest
over
I've
100.
ever talked and cared. I felt for homeless people during this episode.
Yeah. We touched a lot of different topics. It is time, however, to move on to the Patreon pod, where we will be discussing all of the very intense, incredible, crazy drama going on in the RuneScape community about are the bone claws good or not? I don't know. Got a lot of people heated. We'll find out.
They're good for shoving
Do you-
them up
What a
my
fucking
ass.
Patreon bait.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple minutes. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't skip. We have some news for you because we have recently reworked our entire podcast format. We will still be conducting one normal podcast a week, but now Tier 1 patrons will have access to a weekly exclusive Patreon podcast that's going to be even more based and more after dark. We've also updated our other tiers to include perks that allow you to directly interact with the podcast and influence the topics that we speak about. The Patreon will be linked in the description below.